How's it going, guys? Cody, guys, back again, dropping yet another video. Right, guys, you can see from the title, this video is going to be on dirty process. Now, I've already covered this, but those subscribers that joined after I posted that video might not have seen it. So I'm going to do another video so that people can be refreshed and stuff and read it. Now, dirty process were made famous by the Irish Republican Army whilst they was in the Maze prison, also known as Lachey. Now, they initially started doing the dirty process over treatment and conditions and stuff. A lot of them were classed as political prisoners and stuff. And what it actually means is you smear yourself or you smear your cell in your own excrement shit. You see from the pictures at the beginning, guys, that's actually proper pictures from inside prison. Some from when the IRA did it back in 1980 at the Maze prison, and also since. People writing "help me," people writing "no toilet paper needed," things like that. Now, like I say, dirty process. I've seen quite a lot whilst I've been in prison. I've seen at least 10 whilst I've been in prison, guys, over them 3 stretches. And like I say, people covering themselves in their own shit. There was one guy that did it. I'd gone down for breakfast. He'd come in the night before, so the nurse was going to check him in the morning, check his blood pressure and things like that. And then I've gone up, and then she's come out and she's holding her mouth, nearly gipping. I said, "What's up?" She went, "Oh, pure mental health and stuff, right?" The guy had shit into a bowl, and he'd used his shit for hair gel, like proper, like he pushed it into his hand, and he'd just gone like that. There's a big fucking palm print there, and then he'd literally brushed his hair, combed his hair, slicked back with his own shit. Now, a lot of people find that funny, yeah, mate. But it became apparent that it wasn't funny because he had severe mental health problems and stuff. Prisoners were opening his flap and stuff and taking a piss out of him. And I actually said, I said, fucking leave him alone, mate. He said, it's fucking mental health, man. To some prisoners, they get off on that sort of shit, right? And like I say, it's not funny. That's somebody's son, that's somebody's brother, that's somebody's father. You see what I'm saying? Right? And I don't like it, right? So I just think it was bullshit. It was shitty. Pardon, no pun intended. The tactics that there was, like taking a piss out of him and like a little freak show opening his flap and stuff. I didn't like it. I've seen other prisoners where they've smeared themselves in their own shit. There was one kid, he was banging the fuck out of his door on the buzzer, proper making a racket, right? Obviously, I was a cleaner, so I was out from like 6 o'clock in the morning, 6:30, to like 8:15 at night, Monday to Friday, and then Saturday I was locked up about 5:15ish, yeah, man. So I've gone to his pad and I've popped his fucking flap, yeah. And he was fully clothed and everything at this time. And he said, "Look," he said, "you better tell him to get me out of here. My mental health's playing up. Should I walk out of my cell? I don't like small spaces and stuff, like claustrophobic." Right. Anyway, the screw shouted at me, "Close the flap." So close the flap. Right. Bam, 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 bam on his door. 5 minutes later, I've gone back. I popped his flap. Standing there, stark bollock naked, covered in his own shit. Right, ready to fight. Right, I was like, "Oh God!" I said, "Bro," I said, "there's no need for it, man." I said, "They're gonna drag you down the seg or whatever." And he's just like, "Mate," so I couldn't give a fuck. So that was it. He'd had enough and stuff like that. He wanted to get off the wing. So it just goes on, man. Then there was another kid. He smeared his cell in his own shit and stuff. He had the runs and was literally like painting his cell with his own shit. It smells. If it's in the summer, the smell will start to push through the door and onto the wing. What they do, the screws, right, in these, because prisoners start to get the plastic chairs and they're trying to smash the glass. If you've ever seen a cell door, you've got a small pane of glass that goes down. And that's one of the first things that prisoners, when they're kicking off, try to break. If they break it, they can throw the shit out from the cell onto the landing. So they've got this perplex screen with a metal bottom that you push to the door. So if they do break the glass and they're trying to throw shit, it will only hit this perplex glass screen and stuff. Like I say, there's a lot of people with mental health prisoners with mental health problems. Let me put my teeth in prison. So like I say, people do dirty process. Some do it because they want to get moved down a seg. Some people do it because it's pure mental health. Some people do it to annoy the screws. Some people they just don't care. They just had enough and stuff and think, fuck it. Like I say, some prisoners would rather smear it on their own body. So knowing that the Mufti Squad, for those that don't know, Mufti Squad like prison officers with like riot gear on, helmets and things like that, and they go into doing a cell extraction. You cover yourself in your own shit and stuff like that. Makes them harder to try and grip you and stuff. And obviously it makes their job very dirty. Now, people are going to say, well, you as a cleaner, you have to clean it up. No, 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 no. We do not clean up bodily waste, right? How it works, if someone shits up, or dirty process as we call it, shits up, what would happen is once the prisoner being extracted from that cell and taken down a seg or whatever, right, what would happen is they've got their own cleaning guys with this big red toolbox thing. This was at Forest Bank, and they dragged the toolbox. It's a massive red box full of cleaning, heavy duty cleaning materials, and they dragged it on, and they clean the cells and stuff. They work for the prison, right, and they clean this shit up, and they get a whacking wage for doing it. I think they're specialised cleaners. I think that's what they do, but they're employed by the prison service or by Sodexo Justice Services. Obviously, the private prison I was in was run by Sodexo. I've also had it where it's off the subject a little bit, but I used to clean the showers, and some of you might know, if you've watched this for a long time, you'll know, someone took a shit in my shower, right? Now, in Forest Bank, right, you've got a shower block on the left, a shower block on the right on the ones, same on the twos, and that's it. The threes and the fours are separate. That's another unit, that. So we had the best showers on the wing because we was the cleaners, right? So on our side, right, someone just said, have you seen your showers? And I said, nah. So, because we was on association, right? So I said, nah. So I've gone down to the cell, and I've seen 2 yellow cones. I'm thinking, what's going on here? And I poked my head over. There's a big fucking wet, fucking slimy turd in one of the showers, man, like on the deck and that. And I just said, I was going mental, mate. My showers, right, not at my showers personally, but I was looking after them, and someone had shit in a shower that meant I meant to clean it up. So I said, I'm not cleaning it up, man. So the screws got hold of this cleaning company thing. They came in and they did it proper top to bottom, even using the fire hose, right, to clean the rest of it up. Sprayed all the walls. It smelled amazing after. But someone shit in my showers, and I was fucking fuming. If I found out who would have done it, I would have filled them in. So that was that. So then our showers were out of bounds and stuff like that while that took place. But yeah, like I say, guys, dirty protests, some people find it very funny and stuff like that, and then some people will go to the flap and look in and stuff, and then they start gipping and stuff like that. There was a friend of mine, actually, he landed in the prison. We was in Strangeways together. I won't mention his name, but he just got done on 2 firearms, right? Now, we was on the wing together. He landed, and I said, yes, brother. So, and he was going to put him in this cell 7. Now, this cell 7, a few hours before, had been shit up, right? So I said to the kid, I said, listen, bro, so you don't want to go in that cell? He said, why is that? I said, see there on the wall, you can see the outline where he put help me and all that, and smeared shit up his fucking wall. He said, right, safe one, brother. So I went back to the pad, and he said, listen, because in prison you call prison officers gov, boss, sir, shit like that, right? So he said, listen, gov, I'm not going in that pad. Get me another single cell, because it was a single cell restriction, high risk. So they put him in another cell further up on the right and stuff, and that one was cushier. So I was in there and that, and he said, thanks for the shout out. But like I say, dirty protests, they are a part of prison life and stuff, just like overdoses, just like the understaffing, the spice and everything else. It's part of prison life. It's a sad state of affairs, to be honest, because like I say, some people do it in protest at treatment and conditions. Some people just do it because they've had enough and they want to get off the wing, right? They want to get out of the cell because they're claustrophobic or there's mental health playing up or something like that. You've got people smearing themselves in their own shit, ready to fight the screws and stuff. It's just prison life, and it goes on that way. And like I say, some people find it funny, but when you strip it back and look at the reasons why people are doing it, if it's at treatment and conditions, right, I get that, and I support that, right? I wouldn't do it myself, but I support what they're saying. But if it's just like because they've had enough and they just want to, if it's mental health, I don't find it funny at all. I think that's quite a sad state of affairs. If you've got severe mental health problems and you're smearing yourself in your own shit, I feel sorry for them prisoners 100%. But like I say, it does go on that way, guys. I mean, you'll have to let me know if you've been in prison. Have you heard about dirty protests? What do you know about them? Have you ever done one? You'll have to put in a comment in the comment section below. You've seen the pictures at the start of the video, guys. I'm going to leave this video here, guys. So like, comment, subscribe. This covers dirty protests, and I'll speak to you all soon. Cody out.